Hello again. I'm Heather Neidlinger with the Heather Neidlinger team here at Berkshire, Hathaway, and Carlisle. So in my business, we work with a lot of mortgage lenders and banks, but there are only a few lenders who I consider my go-to guys. And Chris Fratelli here is one of those go-to guys. He's with Union Home Mortgage, and he's joining me today to answer some of my questions I have about the lending process, and I'm sure you do as well.
Thanks, Heather. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
So, Chris, I've heard that the mortgage process can be an absolute nightmare. What do you say to that?
Well, it can be. It really all depends on the loan officer themselves. The loan officer is the one who sets the expectation to the client, right? Mm-hmm. So if you say, this is easy, it's going to be a breeze, the client's going to expect that. And when the client finds out that they have to provide more documentation than what they really expected, it can be a nightmare. But if you set the expectation to them saying, this is what you're going to need, mm-hmm. this is the time that we're going to need it, and explain the process from start to finish to them, then it actually is a breeze. It's really just about setting that proper expectation of what to expect.
That's great to know. So does it cost anything to apply?
It doesn't. It really just costs your time. It takes 15 minutes to apply. You can do it online, over the phone, or in person, but it is absolutely free.
So you don't have to wait months or even hours. You can know within 15 to 20 minutes whether or not you're qualified. Absolutely.
Once I process your application, it takes me 15 or 20 minutes to kind of do some background mm-hmm. That I need to do. And then I'll call you no worse than the same day. And if I can't get you approved, I'll set you up on a roadmap for you to be able to get approved down the line. But it will be in the same day.
Okay. So wouldn't it be easier to just go to my local bank to get qualified?
I hear that from a lot of clients. They say, why don't I just go to my local bank? I bank there. I love my bank, right? Mm-hmm. I love my bank, right? But the thing about the local banks is the only thing that they can offer you that I can't is the ability to provide you your bank statement. Mm-hmm. Local banks, direct lenders, we all play by the same rules. We all are going to ask you for the same documentation. In some cases, some banks aren't direct lenders and are going to require more documentation than I do. So the only real difference is going to your local bank mm-hmm. or coming to me is their ability to pull your bank statement. Instead, you got to pull it yourself for me, which takes 2 minutes offline.
That's interesting to know. So in 2018, what are the interest rates going to do?
I mean, they already went up. I do see, I'm not an economist, but I do see that I do believe that we could see 4 rate hikes in 2018. So now is the time to apply.
So buy now rather than later.
Correct.
So, Chris, one of my clients recently asked me, what happens if I don't have any money to put down towards the house? Can he still buy?
He can. Now, it is client specific. It's not just every buyer who wants to buy can buy a house with no money down.
Sure.
There are a lot of programs. There's a lot of grants out there for clients that offer them the ability to buy with no money down. Mm-hmm. If the client does not have any money down and they don't qualify for any of those programs or grants, what we can do is kind of go into different avenues of how they can get the money and other fashions for them to buy a house. But it is possible.
That's good to know. It's possible to buy a house with no money down.
Absolutely.
So typically, after I get a house under contract, how long would it take to get to a closing?
30 days is industry standard. That's for the loan process. The loan process is based off of really a 21-day mm-hmm. turn time. But you really want to give the seller the appropriate amount of time to handle everything they need to handle with the house, moving out, getting it ready for you. Mm-hmm. So 30 days is industry standard from contract to close. Some loans, like 2 or 3 Ks, do take longer, but 30 days is roughly industry standard.
So speaking of different loan programs, is there a favorite one you have to work with?
VA. I love working with vets. Mm-hmm. Obviously, I appreciate the sacrifice that they gave to our country. And every time you go to closing, it's exciting, mm-hmm. Especially for a first-time home buyer. But when it's a vet, especially a first-time home buyer vet, it digs a little deeper. And it actually is a very underutilized program. You'd be surprised about how many vets out there don't understand the benefits that they actually have. It's one of the most lenient loan programs that's out there. It requires no money down mm-hmm. in most cases, and you could, in most cases, buy it with not having any money out of your pocket at all. So wow. I love the program. I love working with the vets, so I would say VA.
Awesome. So, Chris, you make this sound so much less scary than it really is made to be. So tell me, if I were a client and I want to apply today, what do I do?
Really, the best way is for your agent to give me your contact info so I can reach out to you and set up an appointment to get an application started. But I believe that you're going to have my information follow the video,
Yes.
and really, client can reach out to me in any fashion. I don't work banker hours, so I am available up till 9 o'clock at night during the week and on weekends as well.
Good to know. Well, thank you so much for being here with us today,
I appreciate
Chris.
it. Thank you, Heather.
I know through personal experience, Chris does an awesome job working with buyers and realtors as well. So if you're looking to connect with him, his contact info is going to follow this video, or you can reach out to me or one of my team members and we will make the connection for you. So thanks again for joining us.
I appreciate it. Thank you, Heather.
So until next time, I'm Heather Neidlinger. My team and I look forward to representing your next real estate deal.